All right, gonna do a quick rat.
Right.
We should, oh. Oh my God, he's soaked. Muddy too. Got ourselves a rat, folks. Try to do this quick. Hey, Corey. So sold 5 rats today for $150 to Texas, and potentially going to send another 10 to Texas. Found a person that makes pillows, so these rats are going to be all sold, tanned and then sold. So that's what we're doing. I gotta get this guy done quick. There's quick live feed here. Face is a little. That's not, but we're gonna round skin them. We're gonna do them like a beaver. So. Some gloves on. Went up to Hag Lake today, did some fishing. Didn't catch any fish, but met an old friend, Gabby, who's worked for my dad. Got an update on him. Haven't seen him in about 15 years. Cleaning an animal himself. That's what I'm doing. Hey, Anthony, what's up? Blades. Shout out to Weeby Knives. Sent me a heck of a package last year. They're just like your piranha knives, but does it look alive? I know your thing was, I don't know if you're going to do anything, but does it look alive? Does it look alive? I'm going to literally take its skin and tan it, sell it, and use every bit of this animal. When I'm done with this, nothing's going to be left. Because every bit, down to the tail, the bones, the feet, the skull, is going to be utilized. Not a single thing in this thing goes to waste. So yes, you're going to see me harvest this thing right now. I don't know if you're trolling, so I don't know what you're trying to do. But I'm about to take his feet off, so if you don't like it, you should probably leave. Cleaning it as in, this thing is about to lose its cape. That's how I'm going to clean it. If you're squirming, don't be here. But I'm about to take his feet off. There's other animals that will eat them. This, by the way, is a damage control thing. So in other words, he caused damage, went to harm other... Yeah, you're damn right it is. But guess what? I got a concealed carry permit. So if I was Jeffrey Dahmer, guess who wouldn't be getting a concealed carry permit within 48 hours for the Oregon State Police System? Me. So you're damn right I'm Jeffrey Dahmer up in here. But guess what? We do things legally. All right? So if you're going to be stupid, and you're acting very stupid, take a hike. Adios. Adios, stupido. Bye. I don't have patience for idiots, all right? Get lost. So, the amount of animals that I kill and harvest and do things with, you would probably cry, all right? This ain't a place for little sissy Marys, all right? You get out of here. I don't like people like you. Because you live in the city, you walk around like you don't understand anything, and then you get mad at all of us for living our life. I don't get mad at you for just being you. Don't come in here starting problems, because you're going to find it. I don't put up with that crap anymore. It's my channel. You have free will to walk away and leave, so you might as well do that. Which, since you didn't the first time, I just helped you. Have a good day. Now we're going to get back to it, all right? I mean, if you really want to, here's a foot for you. Watch. Bye-bye. Bye, friend. Bye. Bye. That's where you went. You went bye-bye. This message has been held for review. Another one. Okay, yeah, well. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I won't even have relations with people that don't understand. I won't even go near them. I'm an idiot? Well, guess what? Bingus dingus. You go get your grocery store food and eat your grass that my animals piss on and shit on. Bye. Cry about it, all right? Cry about it. You go tell all your little friends to come find me and give me all the free business and promotions, all right? You go tell all your friends. You can find me right here. Anthony Rubeo Outdoors, all social medias. Bring me the free publicity and make me all the money by looking at my pages. Thank you very much. I'll take my $12,000 off people like you all day long. $12,000 a month off people like you. Quite essentially, you kind of lost. You lose every time. Haters don't win. Exactly, Corey. You are exact. Hey, Corey, would you like moderator privileges and just send all these people to the gulag? Just if they come in here, just banana every single one of them. Especially if they want to be like that. In fact, you are a moderator. You can send them all to the gulag. If they want to be like that, right to the gulag. No mercy. Don't even give them a chance. Just can their butts. Just time them all out. Just right to the gulag. Because honestly, pardon the people that don't like cursing, but fuck them. Really. You don't understand? Fuck them. Okay? You know, they have no mercy for us. They harass us all the time. I don't give a fuck about them if they're going to be that way to me. They all show the true colors, right, Corey? Absolutely not, Anthony. I got a good mod right now. If I need another one, I'll let you know. And I purposely cut those feet off in front of those people because guess what? They're the antis that came in from the... those are the antis, all right? From the old Yellowstone video I put up of where John Dutton confronts the antis. And that's who those people are. So, fuck them. They don't like it, fuck them. Do something better with your life. Hate us. Go hate yourself. Go hate your mother. I don't know. Go waste your time somewhere else. Because, honestly, you're going to get canned every single time. I have no patience for people like you. Zero. I don't care about people like you. Nobody else does. You're the guy when I go fishing that says, hey, you can't fish here, blah, blah, blah. I bought a license. I'm going to do as I please. I follow my laws. I do as I wish. As for you, you're harassing us. And guess what? That can catch you a charge. I don't have any charges. Literally none. As you can tell, I'm very outspoken as well. Don't like it, tough luck. And one of the reasons I started with the feet is get the little... Absolutely, Corey. That's right. The reason I started with taking the feet off, first thing, because it's going to trigger those little pea-sized brain idiots. When I take the feet, they're going to start calling names. And you know what? We cleared them out first thing. It's actually kind of by design. They're gone. They can suck it. I cannot stand them either, Corey. They just, they heckle us. They say all kinds of crap to us. They do all this stuff to us. And guess what they do? Cry when their grocery prices go up. But guess what? I go shoot my deer. I gut my fish. I clean my game and have all the food I want. Right? For the price of a license. They don't like it. They don't want to cry about their food. Go get food. My dad and I have worked with a lot of different people. A lot of people that come from nothing. They will eat anything they catch because you know what? It's food. That's how they survive. They don't have the luxury of going to the store and getting what they want. They don't have the luxury of feeling, oh my gosh, I'm offended because that's not right. No. If they don't like it, they don't eat. Those people, when there's that situation, they don't get fucking food and they starve. And then they toughen up and say, you know what? I can kill that thing because I got to eat. I'm more hungry than that thing is. I'm going to kill it and eat it. They're spoiled rotten. That's what they are. And let me tell you something. I've worked with a lot of people from all over the world. People that come from literally nothing. They don't get food. They don't eat. And to get the food, they got to kill it or pick it up. They got to process it. Right? So they can go enjoy those spoilages of having the incredible honor to live in the United States and cry and moan about stuff. As we call that privilege. Right? That's privilege, getting to cry about stuff. Because in other countries, if you cry about it and you don't eat, you don't eat. You starve and die. So they don't cry. They just kill it and eat it. Because they're more hungry, and their hunger outweighs their feelings. Anthony, exactly. If you're hungry enough, you're damn right you're going to eat it. If you don't like it, that's too bad. If you're hungry enough, you eat it even if you don't like it. You know why? Because if you don't eat, you die. Survival of the fittest, not survival of the person with the most feelings. Put that on a t-shirt and sell it. Exactly. Corey makes a great point. As fishermen, hunters, and trappers, we live off the land. Let's hypothetical, end of the world situation. Food's cut off. We have a big earthquake out here. All the highways are cut off. Your food can't be delivered to the store. Who the hell are you going to go to? You're going to go to the country boys and get the damn food for you. You know what? And guess who's going to charge you an arm and a leg? Us. Because guess who decided to heckle us for years? The haters. And guess what the haters have to do? They have to come ask the people they don't like for food. Otherwise, they die, literally. So, your feelings, some of us put food on the table whether you like it or not. And when you can't get your food in the store because your feelings are hurt, you're going to come to the people that at one time you hated. Because, you know what? You were privileged enough to have feelings over something that you... other than eat. You go to the store because you have feelings. We eat. If we don't eat, if we don't kill what we eat, we don't eat. So guess what? Cry about it. I know. Holistic medicine, it's not even a question. A lot of these people out there, like I'm talking, my dad's employed people from Guatemala, Mexico. A lot of these people, they eat what they catch. And if they don't like what they're cooking, they find a way to cook it and they like it. Otherwise, they don't eat. So that's literally what they do to survive. They catch and kill to feed themselves. 90% of this world, with the exception of the spoiled people in America, have to kill what they eat. They go out there on the farm, butcher a chicken, and eat the chicken because otherwise they don't eat. In the Middle East, you butcher whatever you have on your farm because that's your food. If you don't butcher it, you don't eat. You die. This is the only world this is the only place in the United States. The United States is the only place in the world that you actually have the privilege to cry about food and how it's put on your table. Other places, you're so poor, you eat what you can get. How the heck are you going to sit there and cry about, oh my gosh, that poor animal? I'm going to eat this thing. Don't like it? Off. In fact, you know what? I'm making a sacrifice. I'm going to take this and catch something bigger that's going to give me more food, more opportunity, and make me more money. So I can go to the store right next to all you people with your feelings hurt and go buy myself some food. This thing right here, when all said and done, $35. $15 shipping is what I charge. That's a bunch of your little ass Starbucks drinks, okay, people? And not to mention, the guy that sold a bunch of these sold a bunch of these today, is making pillows out of it. And guess what he's going to take from this, turn it into a pillow, and probably charge $300 plus for the pillow with 4 of these on it. So next time you get your feelings hurt, because I'm putting food on the table and I'm bringing food to other people and bringing money into other people's pocket, too bad. Corey, the thing is, when you have to go out to hunt and to survive, that's when you call it survival of the fittest. Exactly. You know what? People that have feelings, they don't survive. You know why? Because that poor animal, oh my gosh, how could you hurt that poor thing? Meanwhile, they go to the store and buy the food off the shelf that was butchered somewhere where they didn't get to see it, so they think it's so innocent. Except for the fact that the amount of blood in one cow for your beef they get is quite a bit. You ever been to a slaughterhouse? I guarantee you're going to really cry then, huh? Feels my ass. People are ridiculous. Boil that liberal tears for additional favor. You know what's funny, holistic medicine? I have a shirt that's made of cotton. On the label it says made 100% with liberal tears. It's a patriotic shirt. Right on the sticker it says made with liberal tears. I love that shirt. Exactly, Corey. I've eaten muskrat, I've eaten beaver, I've eaten everything. And I've also eaten beaver. But here's the thing. I hear all the time, oh, I'm vegan, I don't eat meat. Kids, close your ears. If you're vegan, you don't eat meat, so you don't have sex, huh? If you ain't eating meat, and you ain't eating meat, right? I guess you just called yourself out there, because if you clearly don't eat meat, you clearly don't have any relations, do you? Because what's the difference of this flesh? Of course, you going down on your lady, or if you like the same couple, or you're gay or something, God forbid, you go down on another man. You're eating meat either way. So guess what? You're eating meat. I guess you can't use that saying anymore, can you? Oh, but the poor grass. The grass? You mean the grass that is actually quintessential living thing that you happen to pull out of the ground, rip its roots out or cut it and kill that grass so you can feed? Oh, but grass doesn't have feelings. But it is, and I quote, a living organism. So you just killed something. You're going to justify killing a plant over killing an animal? Okay, that's fine. Whatever. You still killed a living thing, right? So, cry about it. That's right. Yep. I have a friend I met today from many years ago that my dad hired. He would take catfish and make soup. He'll boil them, he'll fry them, he'll eat anything. If 2 vegans fight, is it still called beef? Probably not. I think it's called grass. And maybe they were enjoying a little too much of it. That's, oh my gosh, I guess that is a kind of a weed joke, but nothing wrong. I have friends that smoke weed, all right? I don't see anything wrong with it. It's just an old joke. I've been in a slaughterhouse before. To me, that is very interesting to watch them, how they butcher meat. Oh, yeah. Not even on the rail. They put the nail in the head. Bang. Blood spills down the drain. Clean the animals. This and that. All right? There's years ago, I was trapping a property in North Plains. It's actually just outside the city. We're trapping. We come up there. There's a calf stuck in a mom. Well, guess what we had to go do? We had to go get the hoses, clamps, and pull the calf out. Blood on the floor, everything all over, calf survives. If we didn't get there and pull that animal out as trappers, because the farmer needs somebody's help, he had nobody. 2 trappers walk up and pull him out. We saved that calf's life. God forbid trappers are so evil, right? But guess who just brought life into this world? Trappers. All right? Without us there, that calf would have been a stillborn. That would have cut into the farmer's profit. That would have cost money. So, there you go. Here's a question for anyone in chat. Have you drank water from the garden hose before? My favorite type of water is from the garden hose. You know why? Because when you're out there all day as a kid, you're going, go play, run around, do a bunch of laps, run around, you'll suck down. And it's not even like the hoses, when I was a kid, the sinks didn't have enough pressure to get you the water fast enough because you're chugging it in. The hose had more pressure. You drink water faster, you can go back and play even faster. That's what I did as a kid. I chugged that stuff down, and guess what? Best water in the world. It is what it is, man. That's right. And you know, I was driving home the other day, and I saw a cat that was killed on the side of the road. And, you know, I was like, damn, man. It kind of hurt, you know. I was like, damn, that's looked like a 3-year-old cat freshly killed that morning. Christmas Day, I'm driving home. It's around 11 o'clock, I'm driving home. I see someone's cat that was killed that morning. My thought, kid's going to wake up today, the kid and family lost their cat, their pet. I knew it was fresh, man. Like, see the fresh blood come out of the nose, all right? It was just killed. So I had to get on the community page, say, hey, I'm sorry. If you have a black cat with a white nose, it's blank blank just before this way, your cat's passed away. Real polite, real cool, right? And I can't stop thinking that a family, maybe with kids, lost their pet that day. You know, like, that's pretty rough. I don't like seeing dead animals. But I have the mental capacity to separate feelings when I got to do something like this from my animals. My dogs inside sleep on pillows, pampered, snuggles. They sleep under the blanket, whatever the hell they want. Food, with exceptions to keep them fit, but whatever the hell they want. They will be spoiled beyond belief. But at the same time, I can mentally put my feelings on the animal. Because you know what? It's a job I got to do. Oh, AJ, you're an animal lover. No, you're damn right. I love animals. I love animals. I'm a huge animal person. Farming animal, or farmers. I guess I can just say it. FFA, Future Farmers of America. 4-H, which is the high school kids. Equestrian sports, horses. I've done it all. I've done it all. I have friends that have animals. I have friends that love sea turtles, love the ocean. I hang out with them. We go to the beach, watch the sea turtles. We go to the museums, all this stuff, fun stuff. I freaking love animals. Huge animal person. But at the same time, I can harvest something like this. Because I have the ability to put that feeling aside sometimes and just get the job done. So the people that sit there and say, all you do is kill animals, bullshit, all right? Bullshit. My dogs are the most freaking spoiled things ever. And if someone were to hurt my dog, I promise you I could probably hurt that person, when otherwise I don't typically can hurt a person. If you hurt my family, my dog, I'm probably going to go to jail because you don't touch my damn dog. Okay? That's how much of an animal lover I am. So, that's some crap I hear. Oh, you know you do is kill animals. Okay? I literally have my dog with his head on my pillow asleep. And I'll let her sleep there as long as she wants. Right on my damn pillow. Rolled right up like a human right on the pillow. My pillow. Because my dog matters to me. She can sleep there as long as she wants. I'll just wash my pillow. No big deal. Animals. All you do is kill animals. My ass. Oh, we're going to get into this. Now that's pretty much dried out a little bit. I was kind of hoping would happen. But yeah, it's just funny. All you do is kill animals. Not exactly, folks. Not exactly. Question, have you ever trapped a feral hog? 100% wild pig. Absolutely not. Just went down to Florida in end of November. On my bucket list, both to shoot a hog and shoot a greater kudu in Africa. Both on my bucket list. I have no problem killing hogs. At the same time, I can go to the fair and work with my friends' pigs. 1,000-pound sows with 3 or 4 babies. I have no problem working that stuff. The pigs are stubborn, though. Man, where a pig wants to go, the pig will go. I mean, you literally, when you're working with pigs, it's really, you're kneeing your knee into them. To move them, you're putting your knee into their, right into their top of their backs. You kind of nudge them. Just kind of do this thing, because if they don't want to move, they don't move. And a lot of times they won't move. You really got to like put your whole body weight into them. Because they're stubborn. They're stubborn animals. And they're big. When they're 700-pound female pig, man, that with sows, good luck. And also they'll bite you too if you're not careful. They take a good bite out of you. So, oh yeah, they're stubborn. But at the same time, I have no problem going shooting a pig. I mean, the damage they do in the wild versus when they're in a pen and they're kind of in captivity, a little more controlled in captivity. And I do a lot of damage stuff, so I see the damage they do. I witnessed it. I've seen the damage the elk do to golf courses. So, yeah, I can put my feelings aside and kill a pig. At the same time, I can go give a pig a bottle. I can go give a horse a bottle. I can go bottle feed a cow. I can feed goats and take care of goats. It's a very, when you finally grow up, you can set your feelings aside and actually handle that stuff, and then go kill something. And next day, go nurse a litter of something. You can deliver cows and do all stuff. You guys see all of these cows out there. Oh, they're so pretty. But what happens when you got to give birth, right? When you got to give birth, it's not always the prettiest, but I'll tell you something. The reward of having a calf come out and feeding the cow for all that time, that's pretty rewarding. It's pretty damn rewarding. But the city people don't understand any of that. Holistic medicine says, I got bit by a small shark float. I ran out of the ocean with him attached to my leg. Guy on the beach gave me $30 for it because he grills them. My bet it'll be one of the bonnet heads. I caught a bonnet head recently. I think I might have shown a picture of it. Or I might have uploaded the video. The little bonnet head, 4.5 feet. Fun little shark. But I still want to get bit by him. They have teeth about that big, man. No thanks. Only reason I got that bonnet head in, because I had a circle looking at the hook, hooked him in the lip, and he was chewing on metal. If he chewed on my 30-pound mono, I would have lost the shark. So luckily, that hook went in, turned over in the lip, allowing me to catch him. If I used a J hook and he swallowed it, I would have lost a shark like that. He would have cut through the line. So yeah, I believe that holistic medicine, 100%. I've heard scarier stories, and sharks actually pretty good, believe it or not. It's decent. Do I say, hey, go kill all the sharks? Absolutely not. There's a certain balance you got to bring, and a lot of the trapping I do is bringing balance. It's bringing balance here, bringing balance there, and allowing them to breed and replenish. And while taking out invasive species, you'll see it in my trapping videos. I'm in the lowest section of it, offshooting the farmer's land. I come in, remove the adults, get out of there, let them breed, come in, remove the remaining adults. And each time I come back in, all the kits and all matured and moved out on their own. Fully independent. So I open up the lowest spot in the system for breeding, which allows the easiest access. If that's not open, those animals will be bumped up the system for miles until they have an open spot. If there's a potentially spot that's not open. So allowing them to have easy access to breed, easy access into the mainstream and move on is replenishing population while removing invasive species. It is a win-win in conservation, and that's why the trapping I do is so important in the body of water that you'll see me trapping come January when I upload videos. Yeah, I'm laughing at the city folks that are having problem with the feral hogs around San Antonio. Yeah, yep. Yeah, that's the. I love the people that say, "Oh, just put a little fence up." Okay, try stopping a pig that's just gonna right through the fence. City people that try to add city solutions to a problem that country folks already have figured out, but they're too scared to ask the country folks. It's fun. It's funny to watch. You sit there like, it's going to work less than one night. Next thing plowed through and you're like, they don't listen. They're more offended by you as an outdoorsman that has the solution, so they don't listen to you because they don't like you, than to listen to the solution that you give them that works. And when they do try it, I said that. Oh, I don't like you. And they don't give you credit. But the funny thing is, you said that the first time, but they're too offended to listen to the solution. That's fun to watch. When you've been there, done that, and they're offended because you kill animals, and you have a solution to something that they spend about 5 weeks trying to figure out, and you gave them the answer, that's very validating to see them struggle for that long because they're simply offended over their feelings. Had that happen quite a bit. That's quite entertaining to me, believe it or not. To watch them struggle because they chose to hate you and chose not to listen, but you just gave them the answer that they took 5-6 weeks to figure out. That's always fun to watch. I get that a lot. Oh, you're an idiot, this and that. They hate you. They don't listen to you. And then a few weeks later, they're out there doing exactly what you said and it worked. And they saw it on Facebook because of like every post, skip yours and like all the rest. Purpose, like that very obvious skip, like they read it because they saw who did it. and then they go do that and it works, and nobody else's solution worked. That's always validating in the outdoors. I see that a lot with my stuff, and it's pretty damn funny. They're offended by me and because I offered advice. But my advice is what works in the end. I do love that in social media world. It's fun. You have to have everything in balance in the first place. Absolutely, Corey. And one of the biggest problems, humans got involved. You know what happens? People have solutions to the wrong thing. And what does that do? It takes balance, throws it out of whack. Hey guys, we got to solve this problem. We're going to hit it here. We got the perfect solution. It's going to work. Oh crud, the solution got worse. Again and again and again. They're like, oh, we got the perfect solution. I think we learned this time. And this solution that narrowed the problem is something we do. But because it offends them, they don't do it. Hey, we got to try something more ethical. Oh crap, problem got worse. Crap, problem got worse. Try something, tagging or removing a few wolves. Oh crap, things got better. People get offended. You can't do that anymore. Try to do something more ethical. Crap, got worse again. That's essentially what's happening. It's feelings making things worse when unethical or, oh my gosh, that hurts my feelings, solutions will fix things. Screw your feelings, fix the problem so we can have things back to normal. But thing is, people rather use feelings over common sense. When you use feelings, things get worse and worse and worse. When you use common sense, whether it bothers people or not, and you're not trying to appease everybody, things tend to bring balance. Trapping is a great tool because I can selectively harvest species and in areas that I can selectively harvest. The rats that I trapped over the last 14 years have gotten so much bigger because of less competition for the nutrient with nutrients. So the rats are 3 pounds roughly. I've gotten them up to 4 pounds, 5 pounds now, but the nutria are 20 pounds. A 20-pound animal eating the same food a 3-pound animal eats, they're going to wipe out the food supply for the smaller animals. The smaller animals are going to lose. So over the last 14 years, the rats have gotten bigger, the nutria population has gotten smaller, and the size of the rats have gotten monstrous. Monstrous. 1 to 2 pound rats, when I started 14 years ago, now to 3-4 pound rats, 5 pound rats, which is kind of unheard of out here because the management's working over the long run. Yeah, common sense is so rare. I'm considering it to be superpower, just saying. DZRT goat. Absolutely. When you say use discretion and common sense, people are like, oh. And it's like, that's not common sense, So. And you also got to, back in the day when you used to write letters, when I was a kid, I used to get letters from New York. It would take a couple weeks to get here. I remember picking the phone up, calling, and there was a delay between talking to people. You would reply, there'd be a second delay, and then they would reply. On my phone now, it's instantaneous. People have that instant gratification. If I don't see it now, I'm mad. If I don't get my fish rod now, I'm mad. If I don't get it right this second, I'm mad. If I don't get it in 3 days, I'm mad. If I don't get it in a week, I'm mad. That instant gratification. Sending a text, not getting an instant response, I'm mad. That instantaneous connection between people has bred no patience and no common sense. They expect things now, they expect unrealistic things, and they don't know what it was like when you had to send a card in the mail and wait for the card to come back. Let's say you send a card from here to New York. That's a week. They got to write you back. A week to get it back. Now you send a text. Within 30 seconds later, you're getting a text back. That instantaneous has bred no patience. And people get mad. People get offended. People do things. They think, instantaneous. They're always right. Everybody has an opinion about you. I met a guy by the name of Tyler Yalla. He's a rapper of Orlando. I met him by coincidence. He has 1.5 million monthly listeners. He has an album called Everybody is a Critic. And he says, everybody has an effing opinion about your life. Everybody wants to tell you how you're doing something wrong. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody's a critic of you. Everybody thinks you're doing something wrong. Everybody's a critic. Who's right? Well, that person thinks they're right because it bothers them. But in reality, just because you're bothered does not mean you're actually right. Unless we do a little research and look at the overall census of something and then come to a conclusion, you might have a little more power than somebody that just goes off feelings. So you got to understand that sometimes there's a bigger picture here that you got to look at, not just go off feelings. When you go off feelings, things or the rupture in problems get bigger. They don't get smaller. DZRT Goat says, I raised goats in Arizona back in the day. DZRT is kind of short for desert. Makes sense. Desert goat. Makes sense? You know, and that's a whole nother thing. If you were to take me and throw me in the desert of Arizona, I would be like, oh, God, what do I do here? I mean, you got a couple trout to catch, but review. Potentially inappropriate. Okay, got it. I don't know. It's not showing me. But like you got the Holden Cutthroat, big Pyramid Lake, big cutthroat. You got things like that. But in the desert, maybe you got bobcats. Maybe you got some snakes you can eat. But there's different food sources out there. If you were to put me in Arizona, I would be kind of like, damn, I better ask around, figure out what I need to do. Out here, I could get you any food you want, no problem. So common sense in one place is not so common in another. But there is a common sense overall when it comes to your management practices. It's called, it's just, it is what it is. For example, when I went to Florida and fished the pier, I had an idea what I needed, but I went to the guy in the dock that sells the bait and said, hey, this time of year, this tide, what should I use? How heavy weight, how big of hooks? I have some 6-0s. He said, no, you're going to use 2-0s right now. The end of the pier is closed because of the storm. I said, okay. And that's why I landed the sharks, because I used some of his information. I straight up asked for advice. He gave it to me. I was successful. So that's another thing. Going to another story, last year I fished this lake. The road was closed. Everybody would come down, turn around. But crap, I can't get out of here. 6 hours I fished there. 30 cars turned around, stopped and tried to frantically look on their phone for an answer. One out of those 30 cars walked down that dock that was immediately below where they turned around and asked for advice. I told them exactly how to get out. I'm a local. I knew exactly how to get out of there. Those people that would just turn around, getting frustrated, driving back and forth, turn around, couldn't figure it out. If they just came down and asked me at the dock, I would have told them exactly how to get back to town. Common sense, if you don't know, just ask. Problem is, nobody asks anymore because everybody knows how to do something and there's no common sense. With the correct training followed by getting the proper experience, you can make it happen. Absolutely. A lot of people are scared to ask for help. I showed up before. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I got an idea. I've fished my whole life. I've read books. But I showed up and said, I got these hooks. This is what I brought. Got some 4-ounce weights. I got some 6-ounce. Got some 30. Said, your hooks are a little small. A little big. Your 30 should be fine. Your weight should be fine. I said, I got a basic fish finder rig. He said, that should be fine. I said, okay, what bait do you suggest? He said, shrimp. I said, okay. How big? He said, 1-inch chunks. I said, okay. But he said, your hooks are too big. I said, he had a couple 50-pound, some other things. He said, should I get the 50-pound on the wall? He said, no, your 30's fine. So I knew he was being honest. He didn't try to sell me right out of the gate. They said, do you think the 6-0s are big? He said, no, you should probably get a little small. These 2-0s would be perfect. So, okay, give me the 2-0s. Because he turned down me buying heavier line to make a sale, I knew he was being honest with me. So I trusted him. So, and got to remember, he's selling the bait on the pier. He knows more than I will. Somebody that flew 3,000 miles away with fishing gear, he's gonna know better than me. So I asked. So that's kind of if you don't know, ask. But then again, what does asking for help fall under? Common sense. If you don't know, ask. What do people not have? Common sense. But it is kind of interesting to watch people struggle and just kind of. The other thing too, I have friends that all the time ask me for help, ask 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 for money, ask for this, ask for that. I'm like, man, I can't just give you. I make enough that I can help a lot of people, right? I help people. I help a lot of people. But if you consistently ask and ask and ask, and ask and ask and ask and ask and ask and ask and ask, I'm like, gee, many crickets, man. One man can only do so much to help people. And you start to wonder, maybe they're in that situation for a reason. And maybe they're in that situation because they haven't figured out how to get themselves out of that situation. So by helping them, may just be further in that situation that they're in. It may not be allowing them to develop the skills to get out of it. So I had to cut that girl off. Not that I wanted to. I liked the girl a lot. But I can't sit there and just constantly, and we weren't even like in a relationship yet. I'm just like, she just kept asking, I'm like, gosh, man, like, I want to help you. I feel bad, but like, she turned down a bunch of dates. And I'm like, hey, keep going down, get your steaks, whatever you want. Oh, but can you just help me this? I need $20 for gas. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I'm talking now. No, I cut that girl off a while ago. So I'm talking to this girl now. This girl was raised by 3 fully independent women. So what does she do? She doesn't ask for help. She does it on her own. And that's attractive. She doesn't need my help. She doesn't even need me. Can I add stability to it? Oh, yeah. Does she ask for help? No. Does she know I make decent money? Oh, yeah. Will she ask for it? No. Now, that's attractive because she's self-sustaining. I put that, okay, I'll bring a little bumper to that. That's now you're talking my language. It's not feel bad for me. No, she could drop me tomorrow and be like, okay, I'll go do what I want. That's attractive. You know why? Because I'm not gonna have to do it. She's not gonna have to rely on me 24/7. There's a little independence there, right? And she's damn good looking. So the other girl wasn't damn good looking. I'm just saying the other girl just kept asking and asking and asking and asking and asking. I'm like, oh my God. And I said, hey, I'll go get you steaks for a date. Let's go down to a steakhouse. Okay, and then turn it down. And then wanted more. And then I'm just like, well, you turned down the date. If you just went on a date with me and you liked me, I'll get you whatever the hell you want. But she didn't want to go on a date. And then she kept asking. I'm like, okay, well, either you're not interested or you're going to start using me. So I stopped talking to that girl. And this new girl, though. Damn. She's fire. That's right. Anthony's right. Work till you got it. I mean, this girl, I've had my sights since high school. That's over 10 years ago, all right? So, here and there, sometimes I message her, talk to her a little bit like, hey, you're really good looking, right? Like, damn, you're good looking. She kind of played really hard to get for quite a while. Obviously, no means no, yes means yes. So she said no. So, over the last 6 years, there's a couple different times I hit her up. Let her have a relationship here or there, let her do her own thing. Then I hit her up recently. She's like, I'm like, I see you're single, let's go get steaks. Let's see, what's the worst thing? I go get a steak and you say, oh, I'm not interested. That's fine. I completely respect that. But if we don't go on a date, you're not going to know. So I finally got to the point where we might go down there and get a steaks. And, I'm like, okay, all right, let's go. 6 years of, kind of working the angles. And finally, I'm like, let's go. So, yeah, it's playing hard to get, man. If you want something, work for it. That's right. There's a lot of stories back in the day of World War II vets. Talk about, man, I was consistent. She said no 6 or 7 times over the years, and she said, okay. And now we're married for 50 years. I know, if you want the one, you better work for it. You better put the time in. Respect when she says no. But when she's available, hit her up again. Be consistent. Just don't be pushy. Don't harass her. And you might just get a shot. And you know what? Sometimes that one shot you get after all those chances is the one. For example, like those World War II vets, 50 years of marriage after trying. And it may be worth it. Just play your cards right. Play it right. Don't bother the person. Don't harass the person every day. But play your cards right. You might be surprised with the quality woman you get. I promise you. If you ain't trying for it, you don't want it. Show your intent. Show your intent. But don't cross that line of, pushing a little too much. And also, if you show intent and she doesn't really turn you down and go full of ranting about a bunch of BS, you kind of got a good idea. And if this girl occasionally was liking a few of my posts over the years, kind of engaging, she would like the thing here, like there. So I know she's kind of interested. I kind of got her to the point where, like, I know you like me. I know you like me. I know you do. I know for a fact you do. Because there's been quite a few times, certain things you like here, like there, and occasionally she'll block me, and then she'll come unblock me and like my stuff again, block me, and come unblock me and like my stuff again. It's like, she kind of shows that intent, back and forth, back and forth. And over the years, it's been one of those things where, like, I know she's interested, but she's kind of hesitant. So I'm like, okay, I'll get her where she goes on date. I will spoil the ever loving crap out of her. And I'm going to make sure I go above and beyond for everything. Because clearly she's interested, but she's hesitant. And this is the one I want. So I'm going to make sure I prove to her that she's damn worth it. Because let me tell you something. I ain't never going to get another shot of this one. You know, like, that's the one I want because she's gorgeous. Like, I promise you, like, gorgeous. I ain't going to say, like, I mean, she might be the one. I mean, she's, whoo. Yeah. I've earned every single thing I got. I never had daddy's money exactly. Now, my parents helped me, but I'll tell you something. At the same time, they're like, they ain't make it easy, dude. Hell no, they don't. My parents will help me, but at the same time, they make it damn hard. You know why? Because they're trying to teach me life lessons. Especially growing up, they're like, yeah, we'll help you, but you know what? You're gonna pay for 98% of everything you want. If you want it, we'll help you. But you're gonna do 98% of the work to get it. We'll help you a little bit. We're not gonna leave you there do nothing, but you're gonna earn that. And you're gonna show that you can earn it. With my parents, you prove that you can earn it. You prove you get to that point, and we'll help you a little bit. But unless we get there, we ain't helping you with that. For example, let's say I want to get a car. Okay? We're going to put a blank amount down, but you're going to pay the other 98% of that. You better earn every bit. You better save every bit, and then we'll help you a little bit. Because they're teaching me accountability. That's the thing, Anthony. My parents do. But they don't. They don't want to. You know why? Because they're trying to teach me. So they aren't gonna coddle me and spoil me, right? But that they're trying to teach me the lesson that your parents taught you. Even though they can help more than there are. Because they want me to have that tough lessons. They want me to not feel like everything's handed. You know what I mean? They want to be that, like, you know what? You better earn that. Because there's people out there that ain't got nothing. You earn everything you have. There's a lot of people that have nothing. My grandparents had nothing. They came from nothing. They bought canned bread. That's the bread they can afford. They bought canned bread. I mean, they couldn't afford anything growing up. Neither could my mom when they lived with them. So, yeah. There you go, desert goat. Heck, I was once homeless, but me, myself, and I got myself back on my feet exactly. And, you know, if people handed you everything, like started helping you, just everything. Hey, you want that? Okay. Would you, be honest with me, would you had the drive to get yourself out of being homeless? Would you wanted to stop being homeless if everything was just paid for you to be there? If you can go be homeless and go get food whenever you wanted, you know, water whenever you wanted, drinks whenever you wanted, and just go live wherever as homeless, would you honestly have had the drive to get out of that situation? Because that's what I often think about it. You know, that girl was in that situation. But if I kept helping her, would she have that ability to get out of it? Would she finally convince herself, God, I need to get myself out of this slump. I need to go take the steps to get myself out of this situation. And a lot of answers would be no. Because they just kind of get by at that point. They don't have that drive to get themselves out. They don't have that drive to self-rescue themselves from that situation. But I with the exception, Desert Goat, there are different situations. I don't know your situation. So, let's say if I text you every day and just gave you money to do whatever you wanted and you were homeless, would you have decided, I don't need to be homeless. I'm homeless. I have the freedom to do what I want. I have money to buy food when I want. I'm not starving. I can live where I want. I could bounce around wherever I want. Would you have had the drive to get yourself out, to maybe like move up in society, right? I'd rather they didn't help me with life lessons. I needed to learn. That's the thing that people don't understand. Not getting handouts or not getting this thing handed to you is going to have you eventually like, damn, this sucks. I need to figure out how to get myself out of this situation. And you would not get the lessons to learn, the lessons to save yourself, right? And that I know you're being honest. You know why? Because you said, I'd rather them not help me, because that way I had to develop the lessons to help myself out of that situation. As sad as it is, it gets bad enough that you have to get yourself out of it. Like survival to get yourself out of that situation. Sometimes that's the only way people learn. And, when people hit rock bottom, well, I hit rock bottom. Well, how do you know you hit rock bottom? Because it was the worst. The terms, I hit rock bottom. Well, you know how you know you hit there? Because you got yourself out of it. You hit rock bottom, and you know it was rock bottom because you started improving. Only way to know you're here at the bottom is if you hit it and start to improve. If you're here, you'll never know. But when you leave rock bottom, all of a sudden, like, crap, that was pretty bad. This is getting better. Man, that one time I was at rock bottom. That one time, because you're improving. In order to know you're at rock bottom, you have to start to improve. Or something has to bounce you up into a better situation. Sometimes hard life lessons are nobody helping you gets you out of that. I had a friend, this guy right here, Dubs Fishing, going down a very dangerous path in life. He said, man, I dislike the police, all these problems, this and that. Run into the police all the time. But, now he has a family. He says, if I didn't get arrested, if I didn't go to jail, if I didn't go into the rehab facility, I want to be here today. I want to have a family. I want to have a wife. So at the end of the day, I didn't like the police back then, but I kind of credit the police now saving my life. Because if they didn't arrest me, I probably wouldn't be here. So, thankfully, the wilderness survival skills my grandparents taught me ended up being the skills that got me out of the homeless situation. That's right. And that's hard work, man. Hard work. And sometimes it's learning on the fly, figuring out how to save yourself in situations like that. You literally sit there and be like, how am I going to get myself out of here? For example, if you have to teach yourself those skills, it's going to be tough. But some people do. They learn through life lessons. So it definitely is, hard times make tough people. Easy times make people that have no desire to get out of those tough times. So in other words, hard times make tough people. Easy times make easy people. Or people that don't care enough to get out of it. Tough love makes it a tough person. So that's a real thing, man. I said to the girl I've been talking to, hate it or not, but that deer on the wall ain't going anywhere. Exactly. And you can tell that girl, tell her, you don't have to like it, but that deer fed my family. That deer could feed many people. That one animal fed so many people, whereas you know what? It's organic. It's harvested. It's that one animal. That one fed me. You go to the grocery store, you have thousands of people eating animals 100 animals going to the slaughter. They're mass slaughtered. They're just boom, 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 slaughtered like nothing. I'm against mass slaughter. But I'm not against hunting. You know why? Because I ethically harvested that animal. I ethically cleaned it. I did all the work. I paid for it. I get to eat what I went out there and chased. It was a fair chase, me and the deer. I won. I'm going to honor that animal. I'm going to eat it. It's going to feed me. I don't know. That animal feeds you, man. It's good food, high protein, no salmonella, no processing facility, whatever I'm trying to say. Facility, cross-contamination, 100% organic, self-sustaining, renewable resource. There's a lot of problems with deers, low numbers of deer, because first of all, people illegally poach. Everything that was done legally, self-sustaining, all this stuff, management, we'd have a heck of a ecosystem out there. It's not abuse, it's life. That's right. That's right. This animal right here was harvested. So I can get stuff in the United States that doesn't have to be certified humane. It means when it's hit, it has to die. In Canada, when something's hit to be certified humane, it has to die under a certain amount of time. Snap dead in a certain amount of time to be certified legal. Otherwise, it cannot be used across Canada. The United States doesn't have that. So the traps I buy, I import them from Canada, and they're certified humane, meaning this animal must be hit and die within a certain amount of time to not suffer. So I spend the premium money to buy this stuff to make sure this stuff is done in an ethical way. So, yeah, I go extra steps to make sure I can get the stuff that, because I don't want to hurt the animals, man. If I kill an animal, I want it to be dead by the time it's hit. I don't want that thing to suffer. I don't like suffering. I hate it. So, yeah, I'm going to take the extra steps. Absolutely. That's why my parents taught me how to work hard and play hard later. That's right. And that's why I know how to do stuff. Absolutely. That's the darn truth. Check a couple messages. Dad sent a photo. Oh, I sent a photo. A couple big brooder trout getting caught up there. Couple check my Facebook. People if they're interested in the. So I got a beaver tail wallet made. How much than that? Yeah, how much? Okay. I got. Let me just message this guy. So my buddy, so the beaver I catch, right? I tell you guys that nothing goes to waste, right? So I have a buddy that makes wallets. Check that out. That's my beaver I caught last year. Sent it off, got handed in a wallet. One of my Christmas gifts. So that's something I have a buddy that does. So like I said, everything's used. Every bit of it. I'm going to message this person, tell them, email real quick. So give me a second. I'll still engage with you guys. It's not like I'm going to turn the phone off. I'm just going to reply to this person real quick. Hopefully, I still have my message. No. Give me a second. I got to pull this up. Thank you. Happy New Year's. Yeah, no problem. So take the message, copy it. No problem, man. You won't find a better wallet. You'll never need to buy another one. They're incredible. Come here, this person says, hey, how much is it? I'm send the message to this person. Okay, send that. My grandfather didn't defend my rights for me not to stand. That's right. So yeah, you're damn right, right? It's, I'm a huge World War II nerd, right? So specifically Pearl Harbor. And I know a lot of firsthand accounts from all the different wars. I've talked to them. I've watched documentaries. I go to the Veterans Day stuff. I talk to the veterans. When you listen to a grown man cry as he recounts the terror of pouring his buddy out of the water, as Pearl Harbor, there's oil in the water. So as he pulls his buddy in, sorry if it's graphic, his skin comes off his arm as he bawls, as he tells the story, as the terror in his eyes, as he's telling the story in an interview. That's why I'm proud to be American. These people did this stuff. They didn't have a choice. They were sitting in the harbor. Next thing you know, they're getting attacked, and their buddies are, it's my grandfather, my family. Half of them didn't die in World War II, which I have a few in Europe and in the Pacific, didn't die for me to sit around and be like, oh, fuck America. Fuck you. No. My grandmother's uncle, Leonard J. Carrerio, didn't die on takeoff in a B-25 B-24 Liberator to have you guys come around here trashing it. And, yeah. Another person you'll look up, Ronald E. Rosser. Medal of Honor recipient. Multiple Korea. I think he took a multiple enemy combatants hand-to-hand combat, threw grenades, took over machine gun nests by himself, killed the combatants, took the stuff up. Like, yeah, that's the people that, like... Yeah, man, I've studied that stuff for 25 years. Every documentary I could find, just the pure terror and pain as they relive it. 85 years later, they're telling this story, these World War II vets, and the pain and the tears and the terror in their eyes as they have these wide eyes as they're telling this story, as they have flashbacks. People don't understand that stuff. Like, hey, I'm just, this and that, all this stuff. Like, they just live in this fairy tale land. Like, God, like, my fear is most of the world's not going to remember any of these stories. And I hear many vets say, my fear is I pass away and my story is never going to be told again. Ronald E. Rosser. Look him up. Read his story. Not just one of the stories. Go down the rabbit hole. Read all the different variations. There's some that will tell more stories. There's some that will tell more graphic side of it. Yeah, a lot of hand-to-hand combat. 4 or 5 North Korean, or Viet Cong and Koreans, knife fighting in the trench. Knife fighting. Like fighting with, and just taking them out and taking over machine gun nests. Going back, getting more ammunition. Going up, charging the next nest. Throwing grenades. Hand-to-hand combat in that one. Taking that one out. Going down, getting more ammunition. Going up, taking the next machine gun nest. Just in the face of machine gun fire. Like, that's the stuff that people don't understand. Like, come hell or high water, these are the damn heroes. Like, should be proud American. Like it's tough, man. Another thing, people here in America that annoys me is they're extremely light, wasteful. They rather throw money at a problem than learn from it. Exactly. You know what I don't like? I don't like proxy wars. I don't like wars. The information we learn from it, that's fine. But the fact that it's at the cost of proxies is just human life. In other words, that just crap, man. I don't like it. But when there's a war, right? What are we going to do? Like, you can't, okay, guys, we're just going to go home. When you're in a war, you're in a war. What the hell are we supposed to do? Why do we get in the wars in the first place? Oh, stupid stuff. I don't know, man. I'm not going to get into that topic. But the wars that happen, they happen, right? And these heroic stories happened. So I believe in peace through strength. Why? Because being powerful, people don't want to start problems with you. But being weak, people see opportunity. So being very, very powerful and a very strong military, people don't mess with you. But when you have weak leadership and people see an advantage, they tend to kind of play, see how much can we get away with today. And without getting into political politics, what side, you don't want to screw with certain people. And when you have a lot of power, there's a term, F around and find out. And when you F around to the wrong one, you find out. And people are like, holy shit, he wasn't kidding. They leave you alone. But when you want to talk about things and just talk things out, people tend to walk on you. Desert Goat, have you ever had a situation where somebody attacked you as a homeless person, just started being rude to you because you're homeless and you happen to be there trying to survive? I saw in Portland, for example, Portland, Oregon, saw a video. Guys sitting there doing stuff, and the guy comes up and just punches the guy across the face. Just absolutely goes, bam, hits the guy across the face. And it was videoing before. Guy's walking out, and just absolutely knuckle punch, just clobbers the guy out of nowhere. And he turns and says, the person that hit him said, the homeless guy was looking at me wrong. Are you kidding me? He looked at you wrong, so you absolutely punched a homeless dude. Like, are you serious? Like, you punched another human because he looked at you wrong. Like, what? What the hell? Like, that's crazy. Like, why? Like, you don't have to like that the guy is homeless. You don't have to like the homeless guy, but just to walk down the street and just absolutely clobber the guy? Just like homeless violent, like not even homeless, just walking down and boom, hits the guy. The guy falls over and then gets up and like, what the heck? Almost knocked the guy out. He hit him so damn hard. That's like, it's crazy, man. It's just, I need to move on. I'm moving on from that conversation. That's just, yeah. I did remove your comment, Anthony, just simply because we have different demographic people in here. I'm not trying to bring names up. I'm not going to talk political sides, but I don't want to bother anybody else in here. So that's not a personal opinion of mine. What I mean by that is I don't agree or disagree, and I'm not going to publicly sit here and say that on there, like whether I agree with that or not, or that person. But take a guess. I mean, and my action may not exactly action mean, my actions don't mean anything. They just mean I'm just going to protect my chat and anybody reading it or anybody that might have an ill-willed opportunity off that comment. That makes sense. So I just, no hard feelings. Both actually, because it's hard. It's don't have hard feelings if I delete that one too. I'm getting no hard feelings. All right, I'm not. You can message me. If you can find me on Facebook on the same name, I'll explain why. All right, it's just a touchy subject, all right? But based off what I was saying, you can kind of get a grasp of whether I agree or disagree with you, okay? Let's just leave it at that, because I don't want, earlier we had some people in here getting all upset with this, so, and obviously I harvest animals, I hunt, I fish, you can kind of put two and two together, right? So, absolutely, Corey. If you see comments like that, don't delete the person. Just I don't know, just delete the comment, but don't time them out because you may remove them. I don't want those people removed. It's just a touchy subject, that's all. So, like, there's so much diverse demographic. When I look at my statistics, there's a very diverse demographic. And I mingle with everybody. Politics be damned, right? My brother, no, it's fine. It's fine. I think I got it already. My brother married a very liberal hippie girl. My brother's very not. And they get along. So I just kind of mingle with everybody. My sister-in-law is freaking amazing, man. So I just try to stay out of it. Now, I have very clear opinions, which I kind of went into a rant a little bit about, which I shouldn't have. But, yeah. No, Corey, you're right. I literally said something on Facebook the other day, and a bunch of people tried to report it. I'm like, because I said good job about something, and they're like, oh, hate, incitement of violence. I'm like, what in the heck? Because somebody did a good job, and I used a term that got in people's feels. And I'm like, okay, I'll just tell you, I said, good job, officers. They arrested somebody that was touching kids. So I was like, good job, officers. Multiple people reported it for incitement of violence, harassment, and Facebook went back and forth on it. I fought it 3 or 4 times. I won each one, and I finally just deleted it. I'm like, ain't worth it. So something as simple as getting a chomo off the streets and saying, good job, officers, getting a chomo off the streets. Yeah, so good job, officers. Got reported multiple times over something simple like that. So yeah, it's just not talk politics. It's just too easy my account to get a ding for it or something, just over something simple, right? And my account almost got a ding. I almost lost my monetization again over something as stupid. Good job, officers, getting that guy off the street. Just good job, officers was it. But it was in reference to somebody that was doing some pretty bad things. And multiple people reported it. Facebook took it down. I fought it. They put it back up. 2 days later, someone reported it was taken down. I fought it. It was put back up. I finally went in there and actually just deleted the comment myself because I'm not going to keep going back and forth. Because if I keep taking chances with that, eventually, Facebook's going to be like, well, too bad. I didn't want to get to that point. Let's just try to keep politics off the page. So I over-explain to you guys. I don't want you to take any, get upset with what I'm saying. I'm neither here nor there on what is being said in chat. But for the integrity of my page, I just got to keep it clean, man. And it's not even us. It's the algorithm. It's the company itself, YouTube, Facebook, that we kind of got to watch out for. So. Sent you a message in your PMs. Inbox. Yeah, it's not even you guys. Like, I could talk to you guys about it all day long in person, just be friends about it. But on here, got to understand, there's always eyes. And not human eyes. There's also artificial intelligence scanning these sites and listening and reading chat. And things get automatically picked up and automatically go to that category. So, like, we got to kind of be careful with that. That's right. Corey is too. And, I'm telling you this because you guys are adults. You are, I respect you enough to bring it forward to you. So, yeah. If I felt like it was going to be a problem, I would have just deleted you, which I'm not going to do because you guys have been had quite a healthy debate today. And I have no hard feelings about it at all. Goodness gracious. I don't know. Really? Thing is, I'm gonna probably get clean. I think he's dry enough. My boards back here are out in the rain, and I think we're good. I think we start working on this animal. It's not necessarily. It's not necessarily even people. It's the artificial intelligence that's programmed to pick that stuff up. That I guess you could say people programmed to pick up. So, like, I called Facebook headquarters one day and said, hey, this is wrong. Something happened. And the guy was insanely rude and automatically dinged my account simply because I'm an outdoorsman. Wouldn't listen. I kept my cool because I knew it was recorded, but he was going off on me. And then they further investigated it, and then they reversed everything. So I'm like, simply because I'm outdoorsman, the guy put an extreme ding on my account just because I talked to him. I actually called Facebook headquarters and said, hey, this is what's going on. Something slipped through. It's not my, it's got through, this and that. And he's like, oh, you can't do that. You need to do this. You need to clear your cache. You need to do like all these technical stuff. And I said, you need to access it from your computer. I said, I've done that. I've gone on my computer. I've gone on my phone. I've accessed all these places. He said, you need to do this. You need to do that. Insanely demanding and rude. And I said, I've done all that. And I said, okay, bro, well, I've tried all that stuff. You need to do this again. You need to keep doing. I'm just like, oh my gosh, click. And then I'd come back and I got another whole ding. You got 12 months to wait before you this and that, like a huge charge, dings on my account. I'm like, what the heck? 3 months later, everything was lifted. I'm like, what? You just told me my account was in like threat of deletion because I talked to this guy. And then I'm back to making money 3 months later. It should have been 12 months or longer. I had a 12-month suspension on there, actually. And I challenged it, deeper investigation, they reversed it all. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, Corey, I just over-explain. I don't know. I over-explain. I have a lot of hope people understand. I don't know. I'm going to start skinning. I don't have all my tools out. Oh. How does this work? Hour and 14 minutes of yapping. I think we're going to get to work now. I got to bring the car in too. It's out in the rain. But this is a Weeby pelter. Come on. Can't see it. I don't think it's going to show up. Weeby zipper, I think it's called. But it's like a carpet hook. for zipping up the belly. Sometimes when you go, angle it up enough so you don't cut into the gut. Good little tool. It's like a carpet ripper and good in the belly. But being that this is a muskrat and it's so dang thin, I gotta try to remember how I did this last time. Because I gotta do a round. And my dingle Fritz butt forgot to bring a chair out here. Of course, hour and 15 minutes in, I could have done this in under 5 minutes because I hung up tonight. But I'm gonna go get a chair. I'll be right back, folks. You guys in a little closer. I'm gonna turn it like that so I can get in closer. And of course my top is loose. Get a bucket. I don't need no bucket. I just multiple things going on. Trying to work and goodness gracious, that is high up there. All right. You guys can see, right? Not gonna lie, it was kind of nice just to talk to you guys today. I de-stressed a lot. Definitely was not looking forward to doing this one today, but talking to you guys definitely kind of changed the mood, and I appreciate that. I don't get to talk to people very often that just kind of talk me back. Everything's a fight, everything's a challenge, everything's demeaning, everything's just, I don't know, the place I live is very toxic. But, alright. I don't want to do this, I want to do, still kind of wet. Can you guys, I don't know if does this allow super chats? I haven't seen, I don't know if, I'm on my backup phone and I don't know if super chats even work. Don't let just upload to how to snare. It's all fun. So. No holes in this. Yeah, Dunlap uploaded. So we're going to do around the base. You guys can see this. The trap clearly snapped. Ooh, his tail is. This guy was caught in the 330. His tail right here is actually broke completely all the way through. So that bile hit him so hard here. His tail is actually, if you look at that, it's actually straight up broke. That's crazy. That bile hit him hard. Holy crap. That's broke. See where the bile hit him. Hitting the 330 bile. I think he was caught by the tail. I think he was caught right here. Pretty much dragged under. Pretty good. I mean, it's got him. That's why you get wiles and magnum traps. They don't let go. Don't think he was. Let's see this. I'm trying to feel his spine. Sometimes you can feel. It wasn't hit behind the neck. I think. I don't have a catch. My dad pulled this one out of at the golf course, so I don't have a catch photo to know where it was hit. Fur seems thick, pretty decent. Yeah. My Weeby pelter, not Weeby pelter. This is my caribou pelter. The thinner blades are harder to work with. Yeah. So. I gotta remember how to round skin them. I think I do the tail first. Yeah, let's see. That thing's dull. I'm rusty, man. I haven't done a rat this year. I'm kind of rusty, not gonna lie. I was in 5-minute rats last year. I did so many damn rats, I just flew through it. I'm gonna go up, around. God, I don't remember how to do them. Oh, that's funny, actually. Done so much stuff this year. And not to mention, I got off a bunch of medication. Been on it for 20 years, of course. I was a kid at the time, so I didn't have a choice to be on it. I'm off all medication now. So, I think that's what we do. So now, like, I try to remember stuff. Of course, the damage is already done, right? So it's not like I can go back on it. But it is what it is. Parental made a choice. No saying it, and it is what it is. So, if I do that, I'm gonna rip the guts, and I don't want to do that. Get a bucket. I have a garbage bag I'm gonna put them in. So damn dull. Oh my god. Now this stupid ass zipper. Pardon the French, it's not a stupid blade. I use it a lot. It's just easiest. Try. Definitely fit big, but there's the guts. Rip the guts open, and that's kind of what I try to avoid. Whew! Nasty mother trucker. But there we go. That around. Yeah, I think we got it around that. I guess not. Screw it. If I rip the guts open, I rip the guts open. Oof. That is interesting. Oof. Yeah. Gosh dang. I'm not a huge rat fan, man. I'm not a fan of stupid things because they are a dang nightmare. Not gonna lie, they kind of, they are definitely not easy. They're such thin-skinned animals that, and like I said, I'm rusty, so first one I've done all year, so of course it's gonna be kind of discombobulated. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Come on. I'm rusty. Now I'm starting to get frustrated. Ain't going to be bust on, but first one, this is what it is. Goodness gracious. Yeah, this one, not a good one, but as long as I get the whole pelt, I'm not too worried about it. Still sell for a decent price. It's going to be a messy one, that's all. It's going to be messy. Because it is not. Okay, there we go. That's definitely going to be a little bit more of a pain. Like, dude, I'm rusty. I'm going to put so many dang holes in this. Plus, I had a bunch of coffee, and I don't drink coffee, so I'm shaky. Also, Super Chat is something that, I don't know if it gives opportunity, but Super Chat typically is for like people donate. Sometimes it gives that opportunity, sometimes it doesn't. I haven't been live on here a lot, so I don't know if I still have that ability. Usually bottom right, there's a little thing that's like a money sign. Sometimes people can donate. Now, I don't know. I haven't been working on my social media. Got right up close to being monetized last year, and then I stopped. So this thing is dull. Dull, everything's not. And so sometimes, super chats are a thing where if you have a really important question, you send a super chat and it stays up there for a very various amounts of time. And super chat allows your questions to be seen and answered, usually, especially in a very busy chat. Yeah, there's that too. Yeah, my Venmo and Cash App's there. Yeah, exactly. Super chat is like giving a tip. On my Venmo and stuff's up there. Always appreciate it because that. Oh gosh. Oh, I don't work. This is my work. So like I try to do this stuff and it's not the easiest to get by, but you know, don't ever feel like you have to do anything. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of people that come from nothing, have nothing, so I don't ever expect anything from anybody. Because, like I said, my mom always used to tell me, there's a lot of people in this world that are far worse off than you. Squirrel in and no, this is a muskrat. I just sold a bunch today, and so I got to send more to the tannery. And this is going to go to garment. So the ones I sold today are going to go to pillows. They're going to make pillows out of them. How do I make much? I make a year doing this right here. On YouTube, I make zero. I make zero. On Facebook, I make a bit more, but Facebook's my only platform, and it's not always guaranteed. I mean, some days I make $1. Some months I'll make $1. Some months I'll make nothing. So it's a grind because sometimes I put 18+ hour days every second of the day. 18 hours. So quintessentially, I work when I'm awake. When I'm asleep, I don't work. So it's a grind. It is a major just It's exhausting. Let's be honest. It's exhausting. It's not easy. And I'm one man doing it all. It is a muskrat. It is an aquatic water animal. It's like they're like a giant water rat. But I'm round skinning it like a beaver for blankets. I'm tired, man. I am very, very tired. My energy is going down. I am crashing bad. If I missed something, I'm sure Corey can answer it. Corey's super knowledgeable. I mean, most of this I can probably peel. I mean, I used to do this really damn fast. I'm rusty. If I go fast, I put a hole in it. Thank you, Anna. Also trying to run my socials. It's just, I can't even get one thing done without all this stuff just, there should be getting restock. It's just a constant, every single way. I'm Sam's sister. Hi, Sam, sister. False, it's me. Which, are you talking Sam? Which Sam? Because there's a couple Sams I know. Anna B. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people. And I actually know people coast to coast, so. Sam. Oh, I know, yeah, Sam. Oh, I love Sam. I miss Sam. Sam's, yes, that's him. I love that Sam, man. I miss him. God. Pretty special. He's, oh yeah, anti-pro. Yeah. You know, I'm looking over here, but just saying anti-pro just makes me smile. What a marketing genius that was. The anti-pro. Oh, I love Sam. Oh man, that makes me a little emotional. I've lost a lot of people this year, and you're welcome. I made that because I guess what I'm trying to say is everybody deserves to have like a video collage of their achievements. And I know Sam started with nothing and built an empire. So specifically at the very end of that video, it talks about like that the Sandlot scene. There's legends and this and that. Sam's a legend. Sam came from nothing and built an empire. Yeah, it's tough to talk about. He truly is an American dream. He built something from nothing, and he was super successful at what he did. It's incredible human being. Sam is very special. It makes me I'll be honest, I didn't know Sam very well, but I knew who he was. I knew the people that knew him, and I know how much he meant to people. And I've talked to him a couple times. It's just incredible. What really stands out for me is how hard he worked to get to the point he was. It's inspiring. It really is. And he was dangerous on the water when it comes to fishing. And you're welcome for making the video. He's a good dude. He's missed a lot, man. Like a lot of people miss him. He shared a lot of really, really good information, stuff that really changed a lot of people's lives, changed the fishing industry for the better. Just a really, really good person. Yeah, he's missed. There will never be another Sam Baird. Never will be. He's one of a kind. How many of those are you skinning? Just this one. So I do a lot of nuisance, like damage control stuff. So this is just one that I have to replenish because I sold 5. In March 15th, I sent them off to the tannery, and then get them back 6 months later, and then sell them on eBay. So just this one, I could do it in about 5 minutes. It's just thinking about Sam, man. What an impact on the industry he had. He touched so many people. Yeah, absolutely incredible. Wow, he's a good dude. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate that. Yeah, gosh. Yeah, Sam is, I say is, because he's still very much a part of the fishing industry. He always will be a part of the industry. He made such a difference for so many people. He will always and is always the greatest fisherman that I know. He is the greatest kokanee fisherman that I've ever seen. And I've fished my whole life since I was a kid. The single greatest kokanee fisherman you'll ever see. Corey, she's talking about Sam Baird. When he passed away, I made a video of the closet of all his catches and a video in memory of Sam. And he is very, very special. My phone says 7:34. I am in Oregon, Friday, December 27th. Yeah, 7:35, Anthony. Corey, you will know him as Salmon Slamming Guide Service. Yeah. Sam Baird. He caught a lot of kokanee. Oh man, that guy. The kokanee wizard for sure. Oh yeah. Legendary stuff for sure. You must be on the East Coast, Anthony. Whitman. Yeah. Corey, you know what I'm talking about, right? Salmon Slam Guide Service and the Salmon Slam Anti-Pro Scents and through Northwest Bait and Scent. Oh, PA, Pennsylvania, nice. My cousin was out there in Pennsylvania catching a lot of brown trout. Some good fishing out there. Oh, some incredible fishing. A lot of the trout fishing out there, like the Pennsylvania browns and the true German browns. That the strain of them is a German brown. Like there you have some stuff that people out here can only dream of catching. They got to go out there for it, though. Lots of good stuff out there. Email. Hold on. We're stuck in Bethany Walgreens. Drive up line. Huh? Don't know why that's important. I thought maybe it was an email. There's a fire yesterday. Spotify. Oh. Did he order more? No. Okay. I love the Fisher. Well, you guys are in a good spot. My dad grew up fishing Kensico Reservoir in New York. Lots of good stuff there. Kensico. Depends where you are in Pennsylvania. If you're on the New York border, you might know Kensico. Kensico's near White Plains, New York, which is just outside the city, Bronxville. There you go. Anthony, there's a good question for you, Corey has. W moderators. My moderators are kicking butt tonight. Thank you, Corey. I get back to what I'm doing. Gotta go see that. I'm just gonna peel most of this. Come on. Gonna try to hurry this up a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a better job in the next one. But still gonna send off the tan rates. It'll be fine as long as I keep most of the fur, because the amount of fur is important. Especially, a lot of people trim these up, do a bunch of things, this and that. Not entirely important. Let's do it faster. Now I'm starting to get in my rhythm. A lot of, with these animals, there's a lot of peeling, and it's just peeling it away. That's kind of the idea behind a lot of this. It's just, and a lot of this meat is edible. A lot of people eat it. It's, That's the thing about this site too, YouTube. They allow a lot of this, whereas other sites, I can't be doing this stuff. Facebook, you can forget it. Facebook would throw a fit. Come on. There we go. Take a dull, semi-sharp. Ear. Don't want a big ear. I'm just gonna go like that. Come on. There we go. There. There we go. Okay. That cheek off there. Got this guy last night, so he's fine. He's been cold. Okay, this is an eye. So, don't big eye him, AJ. Don't. Dull knife. Neat. Right here. Woo! I thought I put a big hole in them. I didn't. On the eyes. Oh. And I big eyed him like an idiot. Come on. No. Just gonna face the eye. Come on. Really? Is it dull? Bet you this isn't. There we go. Son of a gun. That might not actually be. I did tear it. Damn it! It's dull. I need a new blade. Another one here with the blade on. It's already sharp. What might be? Ooh, that is. Ooh. Good. Come on. There we go. So this shirt's this shirt definitely. There we go. Oh, God, it's bloody. There we go. Corey's holding it down. Let's go, Corey. Oh. Typically, I'll throw the muskrat into the predator cage, but got plenty of predator stuff over there. I don't have to worry about that this year. What's your biggest catch? Those are huge. I think Corey got a salmon near 90 pounds, from what I understand. Ooh. Stinky McGillicuddy there, man. And then board going on. Probably 3 months later it did, okay. Oh. And then TikTok, Idaho Jada. And you tell guys, I try to as little as I make for all the hours I put into this stuff and all the social medias, it's a grind. It's a lot of work. I'm gonna put them on a board. We're all used to the regular boards, but since it's round and I'm doing garment, I need to replenish my garment supply. I'm doing a round wrap. But first things first, he's a little wet, which I'm a little worried about. But don't want him to slip, that's the thing, right? So a couple things I could do. Put some borax into his coat. I could try to dry him out. I appreciate that, Anthony Whitman. Corey, that's a good point. Catfish and all that stuff's fun, but sturgeon, something else. I wish I did it more. Living in Hillsboro, it's about a 45-minute drive down there. Getting all the tackle, it's a lot of work. Anthony, if you really want to see a lot of the more outdoorsy stuff, I'm on Facebook too, and I'm way more active on there. There's more fishing, outdoor stuff, but for the trapping stuff, you'll see more of it on YouTube here. So, because there's different rules and regulations, and different things will allow different things. Sturgeon, man, oh gosh, they're cool, but they pull hard. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. This one's kind of discombobulated, but it is what it is. It's the first one. It's not going to be perfect. I'm not selling it to a fur buyer, so it doesn't have to be quote unquote perfect. It just has to have a decent shape. Send off to a tannery. They're going to turn around and tan it. Fur has to go down. So I'm actually going to try something. That's let me see how wet that really is. That's actually wet. That's not good. If I put this onto the board like this, leave it, dry it, and this stays wet, the fur will slip out. So I'm going to try something. I've never done this before, but I typically just put it on this side, but I'm going to try. It's going to make things a little harder to stretch, but put a little of this in here, hopefully somewhat to dry it out, because one thing I worry about is the fur not being able to dry on that side. So do that. It's just soap, it will wash out, but what I'm going to do now is tack it out. It's called tacking the fur out. And start with the nose with my tacks. Take a tack. I'm trying to bring you guys in closer. As you spin around. There's no template besides trying to get it over. So I'm going to put one in the nose, on the top, put it into the board. Take another one. Find the base of the tail. Stretch it out. This ain't the most perfect one, but it is off the carcass. The carcass, with it on the carcass too much, it will rot, and that's not good. So, oh boy, yeah, that's a little stretch much. I think we get couple on here. Couple stretch out to the side, just like putting a beaver out. I'll turn you guys around real quick. Thank you. Just like putting a beaver. Don't break this. See the beaver there? It's in the over pattern, just bigger. It's a big beaver. I'm going to do it in a smaller pattern here for the muskrat. Just a lot smaller. And the muskrat, in a pattern like this, is round, so it can be turned into like blankets, stuff like that. Now, ideally, I would have had a real nice first cut. But because it wasn't perfect, it's a little discombobulated, but I'm not as worried about that. One across, right? Doesn't need to be perfect. And if you notice, some of this is pink, some of this is purple or blue. Well, that blue means it is not a prime fur. I mean, it's not the coldest possible to get a nice pink coat. It also could mean that it's a little bit of an immature rat. I mean, it's not all, beautiful pink. Either or, but it's not a terrible rat. Out here, we don't have ice out. When everything's frozen, they go into their huts. We don't have huts. We have open water. So they don't get to that truly ice hut cold, which will turn this really pink. Now, there's some speculation whether, because this is blue like that, whether it's immature or it's just not cold enough. Sometimes it's just a rat, the way the rat is. So it's not entirely a bad thing. Now, my initial cut on this wasn't perfect, so it's not going to be a perfect oval. Like right here was a bad cut. I went down the side a little too far, so it's going to look kind of butchered, if you will. But it is what it is. We'll work with it. Send it off to get tanned. At the end of the year, when it's all dried out and stretched, when I take it off the board, we'll figure out if I want to keep it, if it's worth it, or I'm just going to put it in my personal pile. But it is not ideal. I'm going to stretch it. Stretching it is going to allow the fur to dry. And it's going to, yeah, this one's not the best, but for the first, it ain't bad. It is actually terrible, believe it or not. I wish it was more rounded, but as you can tell, there's big cuts here, because that first cut down the body I made was not straight, it was like this. So you have all these discombobulated, kind of, you know, it's a kind of a crappy rack, not gonna lie. It probably should go in the trash. But I might, maybe, I mean, I'm probably going to do like 50 or 60 of these by the end of the season, so they're going to get better. This is just the first one. It's like the first bait you put out fishing and it doesn't swim right. Oh crap, got to cut another one. That type of thing. This one's actually absolutely dismal. But we may be able to do some things like cutting that off. We may be able to shape it a little bit. We may be able to perform some quote-unquote miracles once it's all dried out. Now, this, when I'm done, the armpits here, I'm going to scrape some of that fat off. See how that fat came off? That fat will never fully, like, dry. So, scrape some of that off. This process here could be classified as finishing fur, right? Because you're taking the meat off. Fat doesn't dry, skin does. So you want to take the fat off. We'll do it in a few spots, you know. Just get the fat off and this, things like that. Armpits is one spot you do it typically. See, like that cheek meat, I could probably cut that, shape that a bit. It is what it is. These big holes, just because I did do a good first body cut. But it is what it is. It's not perfect. I could trim it, shape it. Actually, I might be able to save some of this if I stretch it better. I'm going to stretch this up here. Get that down like that. Try to shape it more of an oval if I can. Trying to save it best I can. Not perfect. Definitely not great. Some of these spots got to come out. I don't think they're going to tear the skin. It's quite thin. It's quite early for muskrat. I mean, it's not ideal. I mean, I can send it to the tannery. Still get a decent fur back. It's not going to look pretty. It's not going to be aesthetically pleasing. To a lot, you know. But you still have all the good quality fur down the back. You have all the stuff like that. You have all the good quality fur still. Some fat here. That's called the saddle or armpit. But yeah, so I'm sure I'm talking, they're asking questions. Hopefully Corey's answering any questions as I push that into the board. Okay, I'll have to take a look on that. Yeah, thank you, Anna. You see the rods and reels, what we use to catch big? Yeah, sturgeon we use are big. They're open face reels. They don't have like a level guide. Some of them do. When you get into the big sturgeon, the really, really big sturgeon, like true, you get into like the big saltwater trolling reels. Pin International, 50, 80 wides, real big, huge equipment. But that's boat stuff. You don't need it. But when you're truly pushing sturgeon 12, 13, 14 feet, when you try to get into that record size, when you push 1,100 pounds, you better have something big like that. Metal gears, big equipment. Otherwise, you might go to the what am I trying to say? You might get taken for a ride. In other words, My friend Idaho Jada just hooked one yesterday in Idaho that spooled her reel and broke a 150-pound test, I think it was. Just pop. So, yeah, they're big, powerful. You are fighting a dinosaur, if you will. Think of it that way. I use a 12-foot two-piece, so yep, cast rod. Extremely heavy, and yep. Yep, exactly. Yep. Stuff you'd use down there in the Gulf for sharks, and you gotta think, you're 13-foot fish, 1,200 pounds, you're on a Mississippi sleigh ride with them fish. They're pulling you all over the place. Try to go catch it in a kayak, lock your drag. We'll be seeing you later in the Pacific Ocean. They'll pull you all the way they go, right out in the ocean. Of course, I'm joking, but, you know, as much as it's a joke, I'm sure they would pull you right into the ocean if you weren't careful on a kayak. Just right out in the ocean. I often tell people, if you hook a big enough fish, you better have a knife on you, because when you don't want to go for a ride anymore, you better cut that line, go pop. Because if not, you're going for a ride. They're big. You know, that's the thing I talk about too, is having like a rescue knife. One that doesn't touch anything ever. So sharp that when it nicks a line, it pops. And your arm goes pow, right? Because if you don't, go for a ride. Kind of like in Jaws, when they hook that shark, Quint goes boom with the machete and cuts the line. Well, same thing. You better be able to save yourself. Because once you're hooked to something that big and he's dragging you, good luck. Good luck. I think I saved this one enough. I could probably do some little bit of a saving. I could probably clip that, make it a little more shaped. I'll still send it to the Tanner, I think. Put something up there. It sure started out pretty ugly, didn't it, guys? It still ain't perfect. It's supposed to be more oval. But my first initial cut down the belly wasn't perfect. That's why you have that. That's why I have that. For the first one of the year, though, it's not bad. They're going to get more symmetrical as I go. The more I do them when I bring home 4 or 5 a day, and do them every day for 3 or 4 months, it's going to get better. Probably want to sell something like this, because honestly, it kind of looks discombobulated. But it is what it is. So, there's that. Take all the fat. Right? Put it in the bag. Now, when we're talking predator bait, the first thing to go rancid is fat. So if you're going to use bait, get the fat off. Fat turns stinky, then the meat does. The meat's what they want to eat. They don't want to eat the fat. Depending on what you're doing, fat can turn animals away. Be aware of that. Come on. I was going to nod it, but I didn't. Said heck with it. Heck with knotting it right now. I'm going to put a little borax on here. Don't need to, but it's good to cross that. Put it on there. Going to help dry the fur out. Rub in a bit. I'm hopefully going to put 4 across here, 4 across the bottom, then take them all off. I'm sure I'll show that on here too when I get to that point. Got the tacks. Mule team borax. Oops. Accidentally bumped you guys. On a cheap rig here, so that's why you're bouncing around. The legs are so flimsy. That would be like some rope. Yeah, pretty much. You ever get pulled behind a truck in a sled? Pretty much like that. If you want to let go and the person doesn't stop, slice the rope. The tacks. These are metal tacks. So some metal, some plastic. Majority of these are staying. There. Legs will be fine. Go inside and get myself some coffee. Are you from the East Coast? I'll get myself some coffee. As my family from the East Coast says, you gonna get yourself some coffee? Get yourself some coffee today? Yeah, I'm gonna get myself some coffee. My family's Italian, so they all kind of live in New York, Boston, Mass, you know. I get myself some coffee. Oh, I love my grandparents, man. We're Italian. Why do you think it's a Roman centurion versus a, Roman centurion is the logo for a reason? Because Roman centurions is from Italy. So, and everybody wants to have like the gladiator. Well, that's not family correct for me. My family will be Roman, right? Because they're from central Italy. So, keep with family tradition, nobody wears a Roman centurion logo. Being good for business, I used an exclusive logo that my buddy designed. A Roman centurion. Roman centurion were in charge of hundreds of men, and they were leaders of the crew. Just like a master or gunnery sergeant or a master sergeant in charge of crew, the Roman centurion is in charge of hundreds of men. So they're like the commander, if you will, the officer in the bunch. But yeah, this is my logo. And then it says on this arm, born to be wild. Just like all of us, we love the outdoors. We're all born to be in the wild. We don't like being inside. We don't like the captivity. We like going out there doing our thing without the confines of society. Yes, it is my merch. My merch. And then it says hooked wild on it. Of course, I got stuff in here, so it's heavy, but hooked wild caught. Wild caught for sustainable seafood. And there's a circle hook in the logo, specifically for catch and release. Hooked, wild caught. I could say hooked wild, but the wild caught specifically represents American caught seafood. So I had to make sure wild caught, the word caught was in there, and not just hooked wild. Because hooked wild in overseas is not American seafood. That's why they had to be wild caught. And it represents American fisheries. American longliners, American Gulf Coast shrimpers, American seafood. Then the circle hook is the perfect catch and release tool for hooking fish in the lip and not gut hooking, gill hooking, or doing any kind of damage. So, American sustainable seafood. That's kind of what that logo represents. Sustainable is the circle hook. Wild caught is the American aspect in the wild. Not imported, none of that junk. My logo. And then, of course, that, and it is a 40 rated sunproof shirt. It is a fishing performance shirt. The ends are steel capped, not plastic. Super nice. It's super silky. It's real silky smooth. All small shop made. It's printed by fishermen, for fishermen, and made by a buddy in Woodland, Washington. Phenomenal shirt. Warm. Wore it all over Florida. Wore it all over Oregon. Wear it fishing. You got 40 UPF or whatever, like the ultraviolet proof. Yeah, it's good. And every bit of this is hand pressed. As you can see, it's in there really, really well. You see it's really, really pressed in there real deep. Never going to wear. I'll never put out there anything that I wouldn't wear. Now, I know one thing. I wore shirts at $100 shirts. 2 wears, the logos have fallen off. I'm like, what the heck? Bougie enough, you have to fall off in 2 wears? I was mad. I charged less than $100 for this, and these logos will never come off. They're not They're not like glued on. They're screen printed in with a ton of pressure, pushing the ink deep into the fabric. Yeah, it's pushed so hard into the fabric that the fabric texture itself is seen through the ink. I can see inside the ink the fabric texture, whereas a lot of people just push it down and don't actually push it into the ink, sending it into the fabric. That's the difference. This is actually set into the fabric. It's slick. It's nice. I wasn't gonna put something out there for my first merch that is not worth it. I mean, I'm not gonna put my name on something that's gonna fall apart, because I would be mad if I spent the money on something this nice and had it fall apart. Kind of like I witnessed my Italian merch. Wore it twice, logo peeled off, $100. Absolutely pissed. Contact the company, didn't get back to me. Mad is an understatement. No, this stuff's slick. Pretty slick. My logo, everything there. Hood, super nice. Has like a satin finish, green satin finish, black lettering all over it. Super slick. Super slick. So yeah, it's really nice. I freaking love it. I got the very first batch of these went to all special people. So this is one of the very first ones to ever come out. And yeah, hooked, wild, caught. No, what is this? Born to be wild, hooked, wild, caught over the left chest. And of course, my logo. So pretty damn, it's nice, it's comfortable. My dad, brother, and all my friends can't stop wearing it. They're slick. None of the lettering, stitching, none of that stuff's falling out. Yeah, it's slick. It's nice. Bragging? Sure. Because I put something in the market that's not going to fall apart. I'm not in it for your money. I'm in it to get you something they can wear and not have fall apart on you, not rip you off, not take your money. You know what I mean? I'm not going to put something cheap out there and then charge an arm and a leg. Not going to happen. Absolutely not. So yeah, Anthony, that's my merch. Yep. This is my only line of shirts right now that I have. So, super comfortable. Hood's on, pretty decent fabric. It's nice. It's a fishing performance shirt. I wear it all the time. They're nice. Yeah, they're like a satin finish on them. They're warm. And it's interesting because the temperature, so basically I'm going to Florida and fish in Florida and then come back here and wear it, and I'm not, almost immediately from Florida to here, I wore it both places and I'm not sweating, I'm not overheating, I'm, not cold. It handles climate very well. I like them. I really do. Maybe I'm biased because of my shirt, but I also worn a lot of material over the years that I probably want to pay for again. Just saying. And a lot of big names people rant and rave about it. I'm like, yeah, well, you're kind of ripping people off. You're charging arm or leg for stuff that your labels are falling off of. So, do you have them in camo? Nope. I can't. I could probably order a bunch in camo, but I would have to take a pre-order. I have to have at least 7 of them on order. So I would have to order them, ship them. So I could probably get them in camo. I've thought about that. I thought about having a vest made with UV lettering specifically for me for the Sportsman Show. That is only for me to dress up. Do you have, like, what kind of camo are you looking for? That's the question. Because I'd have to order 7 of them in a camo, and I don't know. I have to see. I guess they're made to order, but I have to take a pre-order. They're pretty nice. I like them. I've worn the AFCO. I've worn materials like that. And this very much reminds me of like an AFCO hoodie, like a Columbia AFCO hoodie. It's pretty nice. Something to wear hunting. Like like what is that old German tiger camo? That would be kind of cool. Like a good tiger camo. Could probably do something like that, but I have to have 7 of them, right? And have to have 7 of them. That's the thing. I'd have, at minimum, 7. So, minimum would have to be 7. If you follow me on Facebook, Anthony Rubeo Outdoors, follow it on there. I will see what I can do, see if I can get an order of them. Since I do about 80. Why? There's sun protection, and I get charged per logo. I have to charge 80. That's that. And then I haven't thought about whether I charge shipping, because each garment weighs a little more and a little less. So yeah, it'd be right around 80 and probably $15 shipping. It's expensive, but I mean, there's one guy printing them, and it's a small shop, so it's not going to be some big, cheap, monstrous company. That's very hands-on. I gotta charge 80 and 15 shipping, but I have to charge 15 shipping because let's say I ship to Florida, and Florida has the most expensive shipping, and it actually costs me more than that to ship to Florida. So that's a median in the shipping prices, really. I mean, they're fishing performance shirts. That's where I can't take a loss on it, right? I can't. All the logos are handmade. All the logos are mine. It's a lot of labor, and yeah, they're expensive, and I feel bad charging that much. Yeah, it's expensive. I really don't sell a lot of them because they're so expensive. It's not. Do you sell hats too? I haven't approached the guy about what the minimum hat order would be, and I don't know if I would want to do like my back logo. I could do something like that. I could do something like a Richardson 112 like these, and do a hat order. But I would have to get back to you. In fact, let me message the guy right now and see what he would charge for like my logo. So get back to me. Because I kind of I want to do hats. Sweatshirts are expensive, man. They're not, like I said, they're not cheap. Why am I getting spam messages with scam links? Let's see. I have a question for you. If I were to do hats with my logo from my business, the Anthony Rubeo logo, what would you charge for embroidered hats on Richardson 112s? And what would the minimum order be? We'll see. I'll stay out here with you for a little bit. You can hang out and see if you can see it. I don't know if you'll get back to me, but I can do a separate video on here. Most of my logo work is, or I guess my advertising is done through. So high. I haven't thought about how I'd do that, whether I'd do a colored logo, right? I don't know. What if you had to have a shirt, a hat with this back logo on it? What color would you do the stitching on like a gray hat like this? Now this particular hat is a buddy, so I can't exactly copy that, but that's black lettering, you know, stitch with highlighted stitching. That's kind of his stuff. It's kind of his highlighted design. So I don't want to take him off. Probably white or black. I wonder if we did white stitching with black lettering. But see, that's, I don't want to like take that design. That's kind of his thing, is where he did the highlighted lettering. Probably white or black. Yeah. Would you rather have all black hat with white lettering? Yeah. That would look good. All black hat with white lettering. I wonder if we did like all, like a ultraviolet, all white lettering, like where it kind of glows, the white lettering, instead of highlighting it, would look pretty good. Hey Siri, look up Richardson 112 all black hats. You like black, or do you want like a red hat would look cool? Because one thing about photos, red pops. So if we did like a all black hat with red lettering, it would look kind of cool. Or do something like that with like a black lettering, would look kind of cool, right? What is happening? Yeah, so something like that. Thing is, I don't want to tick my buddy off by doing Richardson 112s and do something like that. Are you looking for like a real tree camo? Nah, the hoodies are expensive. I have to charge like $80 and $15 shipping. And even if I were to ship to Florida, I would be losing on the shipping on that. Like a lot. Because it goes by weight. And the material's heavy. So. That's the thing. The Richardsons are nice hats. There's your traditional baseball player hat, black and white, but camo hat with black lettering. Well, the Richardson 112s, I don't think have a camo. But what you all wore when you played baseball were the Richardsons, and they're really, that's what I'm wearing right now. They're super, super nice hat. We could do something like that with like black lettering, and then like, how would that work? Have to figure out an outline on it. So, but it's something like that. That's the thing. I can't sit here and just outline it because all this guy's logos are outlined, and that would be like, oh, these are Richardson 112s. Do a color, and I'm just like ripping them off, right? And that's, I don't want to do that to a guy that I have a really good friendship with, and I have another hat on the way from him. Like, I don't want to copy him. So, God, it's hard. Even though it's my logo, I'm not trying to infringe on that because that particular thing is in honor of his brother that's no longer here. So that one, you know. So I've thought about that, right? I wonder if we do it in that type of hat with black UV stitching. I'm going to tell him I can't highlight my stitching because that's kind of his thing, that highlighted. Okay. Amazon makes hats in bulk. It's good to know. He's active right now. I don't think he saw my message, though. Well, you're here. I'm going to try to get his attention. I mean, it's 8:30 at night. I'm not trying to blow the guy up, but he's active. I just don't. If you guys are going to stick around for a little bit, I'll try to get his attention. I'm just waiting for his response. Latex gloves, fidget spinners. Oh, I have not, have not. He's on, but like he's not, hasn't seen it, so gonna hang out a little bit here. Boyer fishing. So hang with me. When I get a notification, I'll check, but you know, it's, I don't know. But that's the thing. I don't know if he's gonna see it. So I gotta bring the car in. There's a lot I gotta do. But I guess if you subscribe to my channel, I'll tell you this. You already said you subscribed. If you turn the bell on, notification on, go up to the thing and you turn notification all, I will upload a video specifically for you about hats when I get a reply. If that works for you. Because we might be here for 6-7 hours before season. We may be tomorrow, maybe the next day. So is that okay with you, Anthony Whitman? I'm not trying, I got moderators in here, got a lot of people in here. Don't want to waste your time either. Okay. Because if I upload and you don't have the bell on, you may not get a notification. You may miss the upload. But when I hear back, I will upload a video talking about it. Yeah, so 5 minutes ago he logged off. So he got a notification, didn't check it. So it's going to be a little bit. Maybe busy. They may be printing right now. I don't know. Is that all right with you? Okay. So I'm going to get off then. And I'll upload when I hear a response. All right. So that's it with that, right? It's really just going to sit there. I'm going to take it, put it over here. I guess I can show you the next process. I'm putting a fan. It's literally putting a fan on it. So it's nothing real whoop-de-doo fancy. It's just, putting a fan on it, helping it dry. Take this, put it here. Turn you guys around. Woo! Don't get dizzy. There it is. Fan. Fan's plugged in. Overnight, it's probably going to be dry with the fan on it. So, that's it. Same with the beaver, do the same thing. And it's going to be dry. When it's dry, it's going to come off stiff as a board. And then just put aside, send it off the tannery, and it comes back as supple as anything. So, all right, appreciate y'all being here. I'll keep you posted, Anthony.